morning and welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi and Volvo. I'm Mark and I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2012 model Mazda 6 Luxury Sports hatchback today. Starting at the front of the car, we'll just point out a few extras that it does have, being the Luxury Sports. We've got front parking sensors. Also does have HID headlights, this particular car, so we do have headlight washers as well. And we've got our driving lights directly below that also. Finished in silver, presents quite well. A few minor little stone chips have been touched up, which you'd expect being consistent with the age of the car. We've got factory alloy wheels with brand new tyres on the front of the car. Our indicators in our front guards, and also we do have colour-coded exterior mirrors and door handles. As you can see, the windows have certainly been tinted in this particular car as well, just to give it that extra, appeal. Our alloy wheels on the driver's side of the car are virtually unmarked, so they're in really good order. And as we move around to the rear of the car, notice how well the paintwork comes up on this car. Few things to point out here at the rear of the car as well. We do have reverse parking sensors. We've got our distinctive stop light in our tailgate there with a factory spoiler just above that also. Once again, virtually unmarked. As we move around to the passenger side of the car, coming down the side, presents really well. Once again, the rear alloy wheel, not a scratch on it. Minor little cosmetic mark just on our passenger door there. That will polish out, I guarantee it will. And just a very minor little scuff mark on our front left alloy wheel. Only other thing I wanted to point out whilst we're coming around the exterior of the car is that it does have a factory sunroof as well. Back around at the front of the car now, we'll have a little bit of a chat about the performance of the car and also just the sort of fuel economy that you'll get out of it as well. Powered by a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder motor, it's going to give you 125 kilowatts of power and 226 newton metres of torque, but deliver outstanding fuel economy, 8.8 litres combined per 100 Ks. So a 64 litre capacity fuel tank is going to give us in excess of 720 kilometres to a tank of fuel. So here we are at the rear of the Mazda 6. So a little push button release there for our tailgate, and up she comes well out of our way, so fairly good height there. We've got our parcel shelf there, which automatically comes up with the tailgate. The previous owner obviously opted for the protective boot liner, and also underneath that just got a protective mat that we just hang over the rear bar when we're putting cargo into the back, so part of the reason it presents so well. The other thing to take into account, underneath our cover, we've got a full-size alloy wheel as a spare, with basically brand new tyre and also a subwoofer. We'll have a discussion about the Bose sound system shortly. So here we are inside the Mazda 6 Luxury Sports hatchback now. We'll run through all of the features in the car, starting on the driver's armrest. All of our power window and power mirror controls at our fingertips there. Up at the front here we have dynamic stability control button there and adaptive front front lighting system. Basically what that entails is that the headlights will move themselves to the left or right in conjunction with the movement of the steering wheel. So fairly good technology in the Mazda. There is also a manual button which you probably can't see, just to turn off our reverse parking sensors if we require. We don't want the sound beeping at us. We've got auto headlights on our right hand side. Does also have auto wipers, this car, and we've got a telescopic steering wheel, so it is height and reach adjustable. Set ourselves up where we're nice and comfortable, push the lever forward to lock it into position. Now moving to our steering wheel, which is leather wrapped, all of our cruise control buttons here, and then all of our audio buttons on the left hand side with our Bluetooth buttons directly below that. As you can see on the steering wheel, it does have up and down shift buttons. Basically they're part of the transmission, which I'll discuss in a moment. Moving into the center console section, up the top here we have all our information, outside temperature, whatever the status of our air conditioning or heating system is, what station we're playing on the radio, and then the time of day as well, which certainly needs adjustment. We've got satellite navigation from factory, which we've got the navigation screen up there at the moment. And then we can go down through to our menu and gives us all of the other options of the extras. Moving to our air conditioning and heating, it is climate controlled dual zone air conditioning. So basically all we do is just set our temperature to what we require, hit our auto button, and it takes care of everything else for you. Then below that we've got a small storage compartment there with a 12-volt power outlet as well. And then of course our transmission. As I mentioned, it's a 6-speed auto in this car. We can just drive it as a normal automatic in that particular position it's in now, or move across to the manual mode on our right-hand side there, which once again, as I mentioned, enables us to change up and down through the gears just by using these buttons on our dashboard. Indicates what gear you're in directly in front of you as well. Now we move on to this storage area, which is our cup holders. If it's not being utilised, we can just close that lid. Handbrake to our left-hand side. And then in our storage compartment here, a little coin tray there. And then as you can see, we've got an additional 12-volt outlet and an auxiliary plug as well. Now we'll start moving around the interior of the car, and being in the luxury sports, does have a full leather interior, leather infills in our door trims as well. And you just look at everything inside this car, the way it presents, it's pretty much as new. Does have factory floor mats. We are missing the right-hand rear floor mat, which is a little bit bizarre, I'm not sure why. And the other thing, or two other things I wanted to point out, the previous owner opted to fit the factory blinds in the rear windows, so there's a fair chance they obviously had children, which is just another good option. Does have 6 airbags, this car as well, so front, side and curtain airbags gets this car its 5-star ANCAP safety rating, so certainly an extremely safe car as well. And the last thing that we'll touch on is our sunroof, which is fully automatic, so just a touch of a button and she opens up to let the sunshine in. Believe it or not, there is actually sunshine in Melbourne today for a change. Still too cold though. So we can leave it in the closed position but still have the light coming in, or if we prefer it, just slide the cover closed. Now this vehicle's only done 63,000 kilometres, and the thing that I'm really impressed about is the service history. So it's got a full service history, and all from Mazda. Originally a South Australian car, the majority of the servicing early in its life was done over there, and then the last 2 services have been done at a Mazda dealer just down in Narnagoon. So full service history, it's outstanding. So in summary, a really impressive example of a 2012 Mazda 6 luxury sports hatchback. As we mentioned, just recapping, 2.5 litre 4-cylinder motor giving us 125 kilowatts of power, 226 newton metres of torque, still delivering 8.8 litres combined per 100 k's, 5-star ANCAP safety rating, satellite navigation, front and reverse parking sensors. Really impressive motor car, good K's as well. So give us a ring on 99070555 and one of our staff will be able to help you further.